What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another early morning in the BrewLab. It's me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And this morning in the BrewLab, as you can see from the obscene amount of gold and gems that I have next to me, I'm coming at you from the Final Fantasy Early Access event. Thank you so much to Wizards of the Coast for inviting me and providing me with this God account for 24 hours. I've taken the day off work, so I'm going to be spending all of today doing my best to showcase as many of the new cards and mechanics from the latest set to hit the client for you guys. So, without further ado, let's jump into the first of today's brews. And the bird is indeed the word. If you cannot tell from the top 4 here that I've been tinkering with last night, as soon as they let me onto the client, I've been on a bit of a bird adventure, and I think all of these deserve a spot. I think this one needs to go though. So stay tuned, but we're going to start with mono green, because, you know, start simple, expand the concept. And honestly, I just got like 4 insane wins before I hit record. So, mono green birds. Feast your eyes. Front and center. Bart's, what are you doing back there? Still a little uncertain, obviously, and I want you guys to just keep that in mind when it comes to all of the, videos from tonight. It's early access, yeah? Take it all with a pinch of salt. None of these are final versions of anything. It's me trying things out against other people that are doing the same thing. When we actually end up piloting these brews on the ladder, come set release day, we'll face the real meta and see how they stack up then. But this should at least get your creative juices a-flowing. So, brought in the Lifecraft engine as an Anthem effect. It's been a pretty good, I think, idea here. Everything else just either makes a bird or is a bird. And there's a lot of payoffs for that. Payoff number 1, Bart's and Boko, which also is a removal spell. Freaking amazing. When it enters, deals damage equal to it. Each other bird deals damage equals to its power to target creature an opponent controls. It feels a lot like that white case. As it enters, all of your creatures hit 1. And it's got affinity for birds, so you might as well just look at this costing 2 green mana. I mean, I've never cast it for less, but really, like, maybe once or twice. It's almost always just a 2 mana card. And when you adding that effect on top of probably the best card in the deck, Traveling Chocobo, this is the reason why you can actually play this deck, I reckon. I mean, of course, good 1-drops, whatever, but this allows you to look at the top card of your library. You can cast bird spells and lands off the top. So you can often just, top deck one of these, play it after a sweeper, and then just like repopulate your whole board from the top of your library. Really cool. But the real meat and potatoes is this doubling effect. It's like a Chocobo Omnicon. Terrible pun, but it's the Panharmonicon of the set, where like it doubles things. So either a land or bird. So when Chocobo, when Bart's and Boko enters, it'll be, you can get rid of 2 things instead of 1, which is phenomenal. And then, doubling landfall triggers, so on and so forth. And we'll get to the so forth in a second, because I'm a little bit getting ahead of myself. The one card here that I'm still a bit uncertain of is Llanowar Elves, frankly. Like, we're like ramping to a 3-drop on turn 2 is always nice, but it's not really the whole thing of the deck, so I don't know. Maybe this will take the axe. In later versions, we can put in, some protection or some fight spells, that kind of stuff. But from the 2-drop slot onwards, it's just, make a bird. And all of these chocobos have this landfall trigger, where they get +1/+0. This one's the worst card in the deck for sure, but still, it might as well just be a 2-mana 2/2. And then you can later in the game, maybe you got so much mana, you can keep making birds. But the and so on and so forth that I was referring to earlier with when I was talking about traveling chocobo here is this beautiful card. Oh my god, it's so fun. It's like a little mini game, right? Side quest. You gotta somehow maintain the threshold during your opponent's turn of birds on the battlefield so that when you untap, beginning of your first main phase, if you control 4 or more birds, you transform it. But you know, if it was just that, it would be a bit bad. But they give you a little bit of juice. When it enters, you do still get a bird. So it is just another 2 mana 2/2. But the upside, when you transform it, it enters as this black chocobo. And then it's got a landfall trigger that gives all your birds +1/+0. And when it enters transformed, you search for a land. And you put it onto the battlefield, so it's often just represents 2 landfall triggers because you've got 1 land in hand plus the one that it finds, plus it doesn't, it's not summoning sick when it's transformed. It can attack right away. Oh, this all your birds just getting big suddenly is such a nice feeling. So I really wanted to highlight this one. And then Chocobo Kick, the kicker here, the extra cost that you have to pay, is exactly what you want the deck to be doing. You constantly need to have lands to trigger landfalls. So you return a land to your hand. Obviously, you return one of the ones that are tapped now that you used to pay for the mana cost of the kick in the first place. And then you double. It's a bite. It's a bite spell, which does twice, doubles up your creature's power. So often with, even just a few of these landfalls, even if it's just on your bards, like that's 8, that's plenty. And then, with all these anthem effects, and then last but not least, full playset of Chocobo Racetrack. This has not really come into effect yet. I'm just testing it out, but it's basically Felidar Retreat for Chocobos with 1 extra mana. But these little tutus are pretty nice, and the artwork is adorable. All right, I have to keep these videos shorter than usual because I want to record more of them in one day than usual. So I'm going to jump right into some games. So as you know, I'm in Indonesia, time zone wise now, but I saw CGB still streaming, for example. I know it's like getting pretty late in the evening there in America. Not too late. But I'm fairly certain that the Europeans are fast asleep. So right now we'll be running into like Australians, Japanese, Chinese, Malaysians, Singapore, like Indonesians, anyone that's like, India, whatever, will be awake now on the early access event. And the odd straggler that's doing, all-nighters in Europe or whatever. But it's later on tonight. Favretto. USA. But later on tonight there'll be more of the Europeans waking up again, catching the tail end of the event, and then the Americans that are waking up early to catch up the tail end of the event as well. Not the best hand ever, but okay, looking like equipments. Equipments is actually looking good. I need to stop for a moment, not be recording, and like figure out. You got me. You got me. Ow. No first strike here. But this does, and this also does put any extra toughness. Ward 2. Ah, the land. Again. Close. Close, bro. Close, bro. In sheltered by ghosts. Equipments. I just can't bring myself to play the Formiridin stuff, so I need to still like do my little obsession brain rotation proof thing and make a good one later. I'm sure it'll be doable. It's so nice to have a good enough internet connection and laptop to be able to stream and record and run, you know, I have multiple windows open, no lag. Finally. We're gonna get. Oh ho! Somebody's up very late. Hello. Oh, the new battlefield's adorable. Of course. No bouncies. That means she probably doesn't have a land. What can be clicked on this map? Pick. Birdie. Birdie num num. Protection spell? Nice. Poor Ash. Mana problems. Can't be nice. I don't need to waste this now. This will enter tapped, but it'll obviously turn on her Verge. Okay, no. So Bant. Skadoosh. Huh? That's been my experience with Bant a little bit as well, which is why I ended up green. And also why I think Selesnya, when all is said and done, might end up being the best. It might have to be like one of those very light splash things where maybe like 2 counter spells in the sideboard and like the Bant Chocobo Lord guy, the 4-drop one. That you can cast off of caverns and other types of like mana fixing things, or like maybe just a one-off blue land that you can fetch with your Fable passage. Jim Javis. Full focus. Let's go. Sure. Mr. Davis. Black, white, sacrifice. Oh, I would have played that before attacking. Start making some razor chocobos. Next turn. No. Me slimy. Finally some removal. Man. That would have been double, you know? Yeah. Oh. He's got no payoffs. They're like ping, you know? Jim deep in the tank. Finally, we got a racetrack going, dude. Like, come on. Jim. Jim. Don't do this to me, Jim. He's there, he's there. He's looking at stuff. He's thinking about the encampment. Just make the night huge. Plan. It's not a bad plan. Go for it, bro. I'm okay to see how this plays out. And as long as we have 2 chocobos, we should always be able to block. You know? We need to stay on, so I can only block with 1 now. I shouldn't have attacked, that was a mistake. Okay, I can block with my Lana Worlds. Swing with everyone. Okay, now. It's cool. Now you're dead. Unfortunately, my dear fellow. swing. Bye. Oh, baby. Chicka chicka bow wow. Black chocobo. Mwah. You beauty. Guys, I don't know how I feel about Lana Worlds. I wish there was just one other decent one drop. Let's see. I'm recording. Take a break after this one, go see what the wifey wants. Oh, wow. Amazing. Town's deck. Is this the turn where I play Barts and kill the poo-poo UFO? Or... yeah, I think we just need to get the Chocobo army going. Put land on battlefield. Yeah. Rampy. But now our good friend Black Chocobo is bound to make an appearance. Yeah. All right, lovely people. I'm going to have to love you and leave you for this particular video. I'm just going to actually get some stats going because the amazing people at Untapped actually did an amazing job of getting this, you know. You don't get to see all of the cards, but it still tracks my win rates. So an overall 6 for 1 Taking down Dr. Ruckus, Ash Lizzle, Jim Davis, and losing once to Favretto. I think there's actually something to this. I cannot wait to continue to refine it. So stay tuned. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh, early access brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.